All right. Had a very physical Tuesday practice. I thought the kids had really good effort yesterday. Thought our execution was a little bit sharper today, which is what you expect. Second day with the scheme. Got to have a great Thursday practice. That's what I told them at the end right there. Really sharp tomorrow. Get ready to play at a very high level on Saturday. Got a good football team coming in here on Saturday. It's a big ball game, conference opener. It's going to be a challenge. Our guys are excited to play. So looking forward to 3:30 Saturday.
Coach, in regards to the dead ball penalties last game, I know you guys want to play with edge. How do you kind of balance that and playing smart?
Well, that ain't edge. Those aren't edge. Those are just lack of discipline. And, we have not had those. My teams traditionally have not had those. We're not going to have those. So, there's no excuse for them. We got better composure. It hurt our team. It was dealt with sternly on Sunday. I don't expect to have them this week.
Coach, this game sets up to be a bit of a possibility for a statement game. You can find a way to get past this one. It may set notice a bit for some of these other teams to come. Talk about the importance of, no matter who it is you're playing this week, first conference game to try to get off to a good start.
Well, I think that's just it. It's nothing more than that. It's the next game. It's our conference opener. It's a home ball game. That's all it is. Everybody else can worry about whatever, other things they want to make out of it. We got a ball game this Saturday. We're going to try to win that ball game this Saturday. We're playing a very good team, and so we want to be ready to go. That's it.
What's the Rod and Ware out the first half? Obviously, a Brew can shift in there. Does that change a whole lot defensively the first 2 quarters? Or no?
Surad being out? Yeah, well, we rotate a lot of guys anyway. I hate it, and I'll tell you, that penalty is a frustrating penalty because that play is not the intent of the rule. The intent of the rule was to take out the dangerous, the borderline dirty, whatever you want to call them, hits. Those plays are not why the rule was intended, and that we have to change the rule. And I know everybody, is worried about, PR and optics and all that stuff. For plays like that, it's a bad rule, but it is what it is. He misses the first half. We've been rotating a lot of guys and putting them in there. So, the other guys, somebody's got to step up, but that whole group, different guys have been playing better throughout the year. They've continued to play better every week. And so they'll be ready to go, and we'll be glad to have Surad back there in the second half.
Is that something you address in practice, the penalties, or is that just a film thing and then guys just like you?
Oh, no. No, that's addressed in practice and after practice. Stuff like that doesn't fly around here.
In regards to the D-line, it seemed like DeBrew kind of played maybe his best game as far as pressure last game. Was that good to see him break through, create some pressure?
Yeah, I think he's given better effort now. I think he went through I think maybe he forgot what made him, effective last year. And I think that he had to be reminded that, he's a high motor guy. And, so I thought he had a better week of practice last week. And I've talked to it. Several of us have sat him down and talked to him just about the issues. And when he's focused and, disciplined and in playing with a high motor, he's an impact. And so, we need him. Manny's playing very, very well. But, I want to play a lot of guys. I want us to have 2 starters at that position. And so it was good to see him, giving that kind of effort and playing at a higher level. And I hope to see that this week also.
It seems like both teams want to run the ball in this game. And almost like the South Carolina game, how much will that, you think, dictate who has success?
Well, I think both teams are going to want to control the line of scrimmage. I think that's true. But they've been throwing it around a good bit, and some of the scores in the games may have dictated some of that. But Coach Fritz is he's got like I say, he's got a similar philosophy to me that we want to be able to control the line of scrimmage, run the football, throw the football too. We want to be very balanced. But it is going to come down to who can control the front, who can control the line of scrimmage.
2 totally different quarterbacks from last week to this week. How has the defense adapted to a totally different game plan?
Well, I think Pratt, obviously we know him from last year. I think he's very similar to the quarterback from Marshall. So I think we've seen a quarterback of this style already. Pratt is a good runner. He's not what we faced last week. But he's one of the better quarterbacks in this league. He's what we faced, just about every week in this league. A guy that can really, really throw it, is a good runner, but is just a really good pocket passer. So, our kids are prepared for this game.
As you continue to look at video of Tulane. Is there anything beginning to jump out at you a little bit that that you may not have kind of noticed before?
They're a really good football team. They're very, very good on special teams. I mean, I think their punting unit's number 1 in the country or something, statistically. I mean, they're a good football team. That's what jumps out at me.
Coach, the guys, after we talked to you yesterday, talked about starting fast. They gotta get that intensity right away. What can they do the next few days? What do they need to do game day to come out and just hit it?
Prepare mentally. That's the biggest thing. And that's what we did a poor job with last week. That's literally when I finished practice talking to them about, it's just between right now and 3:30 Saturday, they've got to mentally prepare themselves to play the game the way we want to play it. Fast, physical, high intensity, high energy, run and hit on defense, getting off the ball on offense, sharp execution. And you've got to mentally prepare yourself to play the game that way. And it's, anybody that has played the game understands that. If you have not played the game, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But it's, there's things that you do out on that field that aren't just, don't just come naturally as a human being. And so mentally, you've got to get yourself ready to go out there and play the game that way. And so that's the biggest thing for us. The next, 48 plus hours, however long, 72 hours till kickoff 3:30 Saturday afternoon. We got to get our bodies ready to play. That means getting a good night's sleep, nutrition, hydration, getting in the training room, getting the rehab, and we got to get our minds ready to play. And because we want to come out of the gates fast and we want to play a very physical ball game.
Holton's been a little bit inconsistent the past few games. How has he responded this week at practice, and how do you get him in more of a flow, so to speak?
Well, I think he played very well at Marshall. I think, he's up and down the other night, but he's a guy that takes a lot of pride in the way he plays, and we talked about that after the South Carolina game. And for him, the biggest thing, period, is consistency. The guy that played against Marshall is the guy I expect to see on Saturday, and that's a guy that, will lead our team.
Coach, how do y'all deal with heat internally when it comes from family, friends, media members, whatever during the season? Do y'all take that and kind of internalize it and put it in the burn pile to make motivation with?
Heat?
It just terms of I guess talk or whatever.
Well, if we're paying too much attention to that, then we got our eye on the wrong things. Everybody told us we stunk after we lost to an SEC team by 3 at home. That was kind of, in my opinion, stupid. I mean, we didn't listen to it then. Okay, everybody told us, last week, what a great job we did against Marshall and what that game was supposed to be last week. And I'm afraid that too many of our kids listened to it last week. And so I think that was the lesson that was learned is, if it's not said in this room right here or in your meeting room, then you guys kind of filter it out. It's just got to go in one ear and out the other. I don't read much stuff, and so because you can't. You can't pay attention to that stuff. You got to focus on what's important. Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.